Hey baby, what you gon' wear? 5-inch mules, brand new hair. Music start to play, all the problems disappear. See me looking at her, she don't wanna stare, she don't wanna care, she don't wanna hear. I always be around her, then I disappear. Her daddy wasn't there, but her mama was a saint. Hard to see the pain in such a pretty face. You make the city shake in them crisp little teens. Black eyeliner, ball man jeans. All men seem the same, but they ain't. Her ex-boyfriend lost his life in the state. Got electrocuted, she escaped through the music. Her body keep on moving. She don't believe in humans, but she do believe in music. So somebody, she believed. I didn't say she didn't believe in God. She believed in God, but she don't believe in human beings. Human beings did her dirty. But when she get that music playing, boy, she's out of here. Everything. She escapes everything. You know what I'm saying?
When did you write that?
I wrote that in. I think I wrote that in Paris. I wrote that in Paris a couple months ago. In the summertime. Pink eyeshadow, life is a battle. Blood red lipstick, everything's a hassle. From the rotten apple, maybe Watts, maybe George. Work nights so she could pay for school to be a lawyer. You such a soldier. Rollers can't afford you cause you ain't for sale. Tonight we gon' party like it's 2012, yeah. Blood on the dance floor. She's shaking that body like a Sada Shakur, Balenciaga call. Moving like she Marilyn Monroe. I love that song. The name of that song is called Asada.
What is it called?
Asada.
Masada?
Asada Shakur. She's a civil rights activist. Asada Shakur. She's a Black Panther. Broke out of prison and escaped to Cuba.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that where she still is?
Yep.
Wow. I wanted to quote you. You wrote a from your album. Is it from an album called Gangsta? I found it. It says murder and money, so they throw my ashes into the sea.
Yeah, that's like 10 years ago.
I know.
How does that apply to?
No. I just wanted to ask you, when you hear those like lyrics from 10 years ago, what does that mean?
Absolute truth. That's how it is in Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
That's how it is on Wall Street. That's how some people still live their lives.
Right.
I'm from the block, talking Wall Street, talking Capitol Hill, talking to people that decided to invade Iraq so they could get all the oil, talking about the Chevron Mobil man. So, that's the absolute truth.
Right. So you were describing the people.
I'm describing part of myself. There's part of myself that, had to defend myself, so that might lead to murder. And what's the bottom line? I gotta eat. Who wants to be poor? Who? I don't know a person on this earth that wants to be poor. Fortunately, we're all not mentions.
Right.
Some of us bite the bait.
Right, but this is more about a way of life, murder and money until I throw my ashes into the sea.
So what is not a way of life of Wall Street and Capitol Hill people who destroy people's lives for money? What is the difference between politicians and billionaire guys that decide to invade Iraq and decide to go to Afghanistan all for oil? And hundreds of thousands of civilians die. That's not a way of life?
Right, but when you were writing this, you were writing this about yourself? Or you were
No,
writing
I was writing about a human being,
Right.
which I am included in that equation. I'm not making myself better than these guys, but don't single me out or the guys from the street out as the guys that live this life. This is an American way of life. Whether you're wearing a nice suit and sitting on Wall Street, or you're sitting on the block saying crack. Because as I always say, there aren't any ports in Brooklyn. So I don't know who's transporting the heroin into the United States of America, but it surely ain't us on the block.
Right. And
There are ports in Brooklyn.
No, I'm talking about heroin ports.
Oh. No, I lived in Cobble Hill, Clinton.
Yeah.
We were right near the
I mean, there are ports everywhere. I'm just talking about the ports where they traffic the heroin. That could be one, but definitely no guys from my block run those ports.
I'll bet drugs
And
did come through.
don't own any big yachts or any big submarines.
Mafia, we're told.
Yeah.
talking about, we didn't finish that article that I gave you about prison being bad for rap careers. I mean, you feel like
Yeah, but I've been saying that. Like when he talking about, you know, it's amazing. Just like I said, you know, and I'm fond of Ricky. I'm not beating her up. When I say let's go take a taxi, let's go take a taxi. When I say don't shoot, don't shoot. Because I got a thing here. I've been telling these pundits and these media people when they used to criticize me and say the only reason I was #1, because actually I had a #1 album before Lil Wayne. It was a #1 rap album. He probably had the #1 overall album. But my album was #1 rap. But when I was doing that, they were criticizing me. Oh, the only reason he has a #1 album is because he's a gangster rapper and he's profiting from going to jail and, you know, being a convict, you know, committing crime, translate to record sales. I was like, are you crazy? It's not. It's so far from the truth. I was saying exactly what he's saying. No touring. You can't go promote your record. You can't do nothing. I was blessed. The reason I sold almost 1 million records from jail was because I was special. As I told you, the reason Tupac Shakur was able to come out of prison and sell 10 million records because he was Tupac Shakur. And nothing to do with criminology. That guy's a Black Panther. That guy's a revolutionary. His ancestors, his mother, his father have such powerful souls. That's why he's able to command people the way he is. Who knows? He might be in Israel right now if he was still alive. He might have been here walking around the way I'm walking around if he was still alive.
Was he one of
He
your
would have
heroes
seen
growing up?
He would have seen the truth, huh?
Was he one of your heroes growing up?
Absolutely, love him. Still one of my heroes. Still one of my heroes. You know, but definitely, I need you to put me in contact with that dude. I need to do an interview with him.
With who?
The Washington Post dude.
The Washington Post guy?
Yeah. Because I've been saying that. They've been killing me. Every time, oh, the Shyne guy, oh, go to jail, you know, get $1 million, go to jail, you know, sell 1 million records, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yo, are you crazy? This is the hardest thing to do is to sell a record from prison. There's no upside to this. This is just me being a prolific writer, so I have a gang of music, and me having a following that's strong is the only reason I'm able to put out a record. It has everything to do with my music and nothing to do with my criminal activity. I've been saying that.
How does one sort of like strategize and come back? Like, what do you do those meetings with us couple of days?
I don't do that. I'm not strategizing. I'm strategizing making music and selling it to the masses. There's really no difference in putting in an album in 2000 and putting out an album now. I mean, obviously, there's just a matter of brand awareness. So even an artist, you know, like Usher that didn't come out for like 3 years, he has to approach it different from an artist, you know, that just came out a year ago. Has nothing to do, you know, with anything more than knowing where your brand is at. And for a brand that, you know, wasn't visible and wasn't uber, it wasn't ubiquitous for quite a period. And even when I did have an album out in 2005, you know, putting out #1 record, selling almost 1 million records, still wasn't the same as touring. Still wasn't the same as, you know, kissing the babies and shaking hands, performing. Still, and now you have an internet world, you know, where so people are so not caring and they're on to the next thing. So you definitely have to work a little bit harder no matter who you are. No matter whether you just came out with an album. You know, to keep the people's attention is a difficult job no matter what. So definitely somebody where fans, you know, probably when they were 12 or 10 years old was the last time I had, you know, a very big record when I was on the street.
1 second. If you want to go straight to the Gilad Shalit tent? Yeah?
So you could just go straight and then bust a left.
Huh?
You can go straight and bust a left. We could double park for a little bit. Nobody's gonna catch you. The rabbi watch the car. If he tell you to move, he'll move.
Oh, really?
If you don't have time to park and walk and do all that, just want to take a few pictures and it's a wrap.
And we gotta go to meet Kola, yeah?
Yeah, it's our time. It's not their time.
Where are you going to next?
To another rabbi, I'm sure he's a little bit more flexible. So, would the rabbi, you think the rabbi Color would mind if she came along?
She can come along.
Yeah.
Just the one, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mind?
So you could come along. You could come along and ask him some questions about, you know, us learning together. He's a great guy. He's a Sadiq.
He's a Satmar?
Sadiq.
Where is he?
We'll see in a minute. I can't tell you. I'm only visiting. I can't tell you streets and all that. He's a couple minutes away.
Yeah.
So you could just bust a left and we'd be right in front of
Yeah.
the garden.